All right, happening today, Georgia U.S. Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock will be in the nation's capital alongside President Biden as the president signs the Hate Crime Act into law. The measure addresses the spike in attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Warnock is a co-sponsor of the legislation. He authored a key point to include the names of the victims from the deadly spa shootings here in Metro Atlanta. 6 of the 8 victims were Asian women. Today's signing ceremony is set for 2 this afternoon at the White House. It will also mark the first bill that Senator Warnock co-led that has been signed into law.